Sadio Mane. He has been linked with a move away. We'll get onto one of the more mainstream ones, but a couple of reports coming out of Spain claim that he would like to play in the La Liga, either for Barcelona or Spain, and he could now see that as a more realistic opportunity. The fact that Mohamed Salah looks to be signing a contract and he's not going to be getting the same wages. Matty, when will players learn that moving away from Liverpool to Barcelona or Real Madrid doesn't work for you?
Never, but I stand by. I do believe this is Sadio Mane's agents doing the agent talk to get a better deal for him. I do think he'll stay. His recent form has warranted him that deal. He's revitalised in the false nine. He started yesterday over Salah, which you could, if you pulling things up like that. But I think it's his agents, because we probably would have given Mane like 250 or something. But him saying this, he can now probably say, well, Barcelona are offering 300, and then Liverpool will probably then have to match that.
Yeah, I mean, James, there were reports that, one of the front three is going to be leaving the original front three. Out of that original front three, Sadio Mane has probably been the best player this season. I'm pretty sure out of every Premier League player since the turn of the year, he has the most goals in all competitions. If you're looking on form, probably a lot of people are choosing Sadio Mane over Mohamed Salah, considering who turns up in the big games recently.
Short-termism, that. Yes, Mane's had a better second half of the season. Salah had a great first half of the season. I think what's become apparent for me, and how I view it, is Sadio Mane playing the false nine and playing it very well, and his interlink with Diaz and Salah and being able to switch positions might have just put the nail in Firmino's coffin. It might be Firmino that doesn't get his contract extended. And it kills me to say it, because I think he's the most underrated, unstatistical, trackable player in football. But I think it's Firmino that loses out on this.
Yeah, I know what I see where you're coming from. We'll touch on that in a bit, because that's been there's been reports obviously that one of them is leaving, but how hard would it be to replace Sadio Mane, Damon? Even though he has declined, he's still putting 25 goals in a season for Liverpool, isn't he?
It's a weird question to ask now about Mane, because 4 months ago, we've been all saying, you know what, we can let him go if we want to, because he wants the same as he is now. The Mane now, I mean, it's a different player, isn't it? It's a different player. It's like the Mane that we had 2-3 seasons ago. So it's hard to really comprehend anyone else replacing him at the moment, because there's no one really out there, unless we spend a fortune, a bit like Haaland. And there's no one really out there that can hit the numbers and already fit the system that Klopp already has in that team. I think regarding the actual rumours in Spain, I think, like Matty said, I think it's mixed between the agents, but I think it's the Spanish newspapers getting a bit excited, isn't it? I think they want Barcelona to be one of the big boys again, don't they? Really, and like you said, when will they learn about leaving Liverpool? You're not going to a better team at the moment. There's no one better than Liverpool, Man City in the world. I mean, Real Madrid could start knocking a little bit, and Bayern Munich could start knocking on door, but not Barcelona. And it's like one of those lads that go out drinking and say, "Oh yeah, I'll be one of the lads," and soon a bit of a sniff of a pint, and they're on the floor. You're not that guy anymore. Just get over it. Maybe in a few years you might be able to handle like 2 pints, but now you're not.
I think what's interesting as well is with Bobby Firmino, he's 31 this year. So I think out of the 3 of them, the one you would willingly probably let go for free, who is at the age because Bobby's probably, if he left us next summer, he'd be nearly 32. He probably would go back to Brazil for a few years, or maybe go to America. He seems like that's he loves life, doesn't he? So he'll probably love life in like LA or something. And I think with Mane's recent form, that warrants him the deal. So I don't think Bobby will get a new deal, but I think Bobby will probably leave at the end of his contract for free, or he'll be offered a new deal at reduced terms, and then we'll probably go to Brazil or America. And I wouldn't begrudge him for that, to be honest with you. He would have been out with them for probably nearly 10 years, wouldn't it? Because we signed him when he was 22, 23. What was it? I'm sure it was.
2015, we signed him. 2014, a
So
year
if you
before
let
Klopp.
him go next year, he's
The
been
thing
there like 8 years.
He wasn't
So.
actually a Klopp signing, but he suits Klopp's system so much.
Yeah, it was a Rodgers signing, but only for 6 months. So does it really? Or not even that. So
Near Dortmund as well.
yeah. But, you know, back onto sort of the Sadio Mane thing. As you said, he does have a year, like a season left on his contract. Let's say he is trying to force a move out. Liverpool would probably want to sell him this summer. I mean, how much do you think they could realistically get for him, Matty?
If we win the Champions League, FA Cup, and potentially the Premier League, then 40, 45 million. Your ceiling price is higher when you've won everything.
Yeah, no. How much did James? I don't know if you know this, but Eden Hazard, perfect example. He had 1 year left on his contract, I'm pretty sure, and he went for over 100 million euros. Sadio Mane at the moment is competing with Benzema for the Ballon d'Or, and he's not as injury prone as Eden Hazard is, and he's a much better goal scorer. I think he'd go and tear it. Yeah, I think he would go and tear La Liga up. Surely that's got to be worth over the 40 million that Matty said.
I think he'd go for more.
But not to Barca though, because the skins. If it was Real Madrid, then I'd be like, maybe.
I don't think we'd sell. To be honest, I don't think we'd sell to Barca because they just don't pay their debts. They never have with us. You know, like the Coutinho debt that was going on for ages. So I think there's less likely that we'd sell to them unless there was someone we particularly wanted. I think Matthias does it right in chat. I think he's worth 70 million. And do you know what? I reckon PSG and Bayern and pay that for him. But you're right. There's not a chance anyone in La Liga is going to pay that. And then it comes down to the respect of Mane as a player. Does he deserve the opportunity if he approached it all respectfully with the club? Do we take a hit for someone who's potentially won us 2 Champions Leagues, Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, and thing? But probably not. It's business, not personal. It's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's maybe COVID has impacted it, Damon, but I feel like I'd be a bit begrudged if we weren't to get anything over 70 million for Sadio Mane, considering the form that he has been on this season.
Yeah, well, he's one of the best players in the world, isn't he, on form? So 70 million doesn't even seem enough, to be honest. I know it sounds ridiculous, but 70 million is not enough for non-form Mane. But the age he is, 1 year left. 70 million would be like the top price to get. I think we'd need like a award, like a masterclass, really. You know, like a Michael Edwards masterclass in a way to get 70 million. I think in between both James's and Matty's, I think sounds about right. About 60, 55 would be about right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, it's the price tag is probably going to be, if he was to leave, it's going to be massively negotiated. Maybe Julian Ward can produce a masterclass.